Ambition. Does it cloud or clarify people's judgment? To answer that question, I used 4 pieces of text. Macbeth by William Shakespeare, 102 Minutes by Jim Dwyer and Kevin Flynn, To a Mouse by Robert Burns, and compared ambition with the 85 Bears coached by Mike Ditka.
He is consumed by ambition, which directs him down a dark path of murder and guilt. It blinds the true common sense of morality and good judgment. Quote 1. In this quote, Macbeth is speaking to Banquo about how his children could become king. Ambition plays a key role here, and in some ways could cloud his judgment for future actions that follow. Macbeth's mind is overpowered with ambition, and he becomes a different person. The switch that flips in his mind lets him spiral out of control. One conversation completely clouds. In my second quote, Macbeth gets a message that Macduff has fled to England. This quote is showing how Macbeth does not want anyone alive who can challenge him. He wants to go to Macduff's castle and kill everyone who is aligned with him. In the third quote, it talks about how Macbeth's ambition is so strong that he wants to become king. He severs his usual alliance with the king and proceeds to kill him. Doing so, his ambition is clearly clouded while committing this act.
"102 Minutes" is a book about the tragic event in New York City 9/11. It shows personal accounts of people within the tower. This shows how much ambition took control in the rescue that the firefighters were a part of and all they were able to do. Everyone in the city did everything they could at the time and in the moment to save lives, but what these brave men and women did as firefighters is truly heroic, and the ambition that causes is key. Ambition is used in everyone's lives every day. Without people would not be able to achieve the same things that people are able to accomplish in their everyday lives. Everyday people have the power to change lives and save lives. Just because they weren't police officers and firemen doesn't mean that the people in this story and in this real life example were not able to make a difference. In the story, To a Mouse by Robert Burns, we learn about the story of a man who feels sympathetic for what has happened to creatures such as mice, and how the mouse used the farmer's stuff to make his own home, and that the farmer doesn't even mind it. The first quote shows how the ambition of the man to make sure that the mouse is able to survive. Burns says, "Poor little beast, you must live." In the second quote, it says, "I would be loath to run and chase you with murdering ploughstaff." In this quote, he means that he is ambitious to help end what has happened in the modern day with how men treat animals such as mice. For my modern day text, I chose the 85 Super Bowl winning Bears. I chose them because to win any championship in sports, you need ambition. For my first quote, it is by Walter Payton, and so is my second quote. The third quote is from the head coach, Mike Ditka. All 3 quotes talk about how you need ambition to succeed and win, and I think that these are all great modern-day examples of what it means to use ambition in a positive way and not look at it in a negative way like it was in most of Macbeth. Depending on the occurrence, a person or group of people's ambition can cloud or provide clarity to their actions. In certain cases, ambition clearly provides clarity. For example, the 85 Bears, 102 Minutes, and To a Mouse, but in other circumstances, it can clearly cloud their judgment. This is clearly shown in Macbeth. After doing all of this research on the books we've read this year, 3 out of the 4 pieces I chose of text provide clarity to the people's actions, and 1 does not. Therefore, to what extent is ambition useful? And that is because it provides clarity and does not cloud the judgment of people when used in the right circumstance.